Hi, everybody. So we have talked about finding new passages for students, particularly fiction passages, and also finding leveled passages. So what I want to do today is show you readworks.org. Now, this is a free website that will give you a lot more options to choose from in the classroom. It will also provide you with comprehension questions, both multiple choice and writing, that are Common Core aligned. Now, I know that's not SOL, but they are standardized questions for comprehension. So start by going to readworks.org, and you will click on Sign Up, and you'll fill out this information on the right side. And again, you're just going to use your school email address. Now, I'm not going to fill this out since I've already signed up, but once you fill that out, it's going to ask you for the zip code. It's going to ask you to put in the school. If you're using Willard, I believe you have to type it in. I don't think it registers yet, like all of the other schools in the area. And after that, you're good to go. Now, it will prompt you to add classes. I would not add your classes as of now. I think that's going to take you a tremendously long time. And I'm not sure we're even permitted to have the students use this as an application. So I'm going to take you, you can skip that when it comes up, and you'll be able to get into here. This is where the meat is. This is where the good stuff is. And you'll want to concentrate really on the left side of the page here. The content type, you have reading passages, ebooks, article of the day set or article a day sets, and paired texts. They tend to be pretty short, the passage or the articles. So clicking on paired texts will lengthen those for you. Also, it does provide audio. Sometimes it is just the robotic, dictation audio. But if you click on human voice audio, it'll give you an actual person reading the text. You can also search by activity type, depending on what kind of activities you want afterwards. You can search by grade level. And today we'll just check that off as number 6. Topics, special collections, text type. We've been talking about fiction, so I'm going to click on fiction there. And you can also set minimum and maximum Lexile levels if you want to differentiate for your students. I don't recommend doing this if you are planning on a whole group activity, but you can start to do this eventually for individual students. If you need help assessing what their reading level is, I can come in and help you and do some testing with the students. Also, you can use Newsela. After they've completed quite a few articles in Newsela, it'll more accurately predict their reading level. It's not entirely accurate though, so you don't necessarily want to rely on that. Okay, so let's choose one of these passages. And we'll go ahead and just click the first one here. You notice it has the word count, has the Lexile, has the grade, which we've already set. So we'll go ahead and click, and here is our text. Now we can click here and have somebody read this to us. Go down through the article. Notice, just like in Newsela, some of the vocabulary words are highlighted. And also, just like Newsela, if they click on it, it's going to give them the definition of the word, and it's also going to give some examples of that word. So pretty nice here. And again, there's a read aloud option there. Keep scrolling down. Oh, and notice here, barrel. That seems like a weird word to use for vocabulary, but it's being used as a verb. So the students probably do not know the context of that. So that would be a good one for them to look at. And that's the length of the article. Again, pretty short, but you can use paired text to lengthen those out. Let's take a look at the question set. Here are the comprehension questions that are included. They are multiple choice and short answer responses. And again, these can all be read to the students. There's a mix of explicit questions and implicit questions through here. Some of them will have them return to the text, but they'll put the text in the question itself before they answer. And then down here you have the written answer portion. If you click on answer, you'll be able to get the answer for a key. Show hide all answers works for that as well. It's going to ask you to confirm your email address though, to make sure you're not a student trying to create a record of all the answers to the texts that they are assigned. So there's pretty good safeguard there. That's why they're including that. Let's say you want just a quick reading check for the students. You want a quick article or text, and you want a quick list of questions. You can do that by taking a look at the express side of the questions over here. So you'll notice there's full and there's express under comprehension questions. And if we click express, it eliminates those short answer responses and it narrows it down to 5 multiple choice questions. So again, if you want something quick, want some practice for the students, want some additional data points for yourself, then this is a great option to use. I believe it's available for all or most of the texts, but don't quote me on that because I am reorienting myself to readworks.org. I used to use this in my old district. This is my first time dipping my toes back into it through Loudon. If you like what you see here, then you might want to consider play around with it a lot first, get it working in your classrooms, but you might want to consider donating because there is a significant amount of time that goes into this website. And then if you notice down here, standards are listed for Common Core. Again, it's not SOLs, but if you're looking for something that's fairly solid and standardized, then you have that here in the questions that they have created. If you were to take the link to an article and send it to your students, this is what they would see since they don't have their own accounts. And I assume you want them to read more than just the first 3 or 4 lines of the article. But simple and easy, when you're logged in, copy the text and you'll bring it over into a Google Doc and then copy it into the Google Doc. And then you can just share that with the students. I realize with this that you do lose the option of having that read aloud, but through ReadWrite, the app in Chrome, they still have access to that. It's not going to be as great as a human voice, but they do have the option for that. One final note. So in order to administer those quizzes that you saw, that quiz that you saw earlier, the kids would have to have an account. And again, like I talked about at the beginning of the video, I wouldn't mess around with that to start. If you create the quiz yourself through a Google form, it'll take you 5 minutes tops, and it will take a lot longer. I know it's extra time involved, but it will take you a lot longer to get a full class going and to get every kid registered. I know you know how that goes. So I want to show you something real quick before you start to do this. So all that I've done here is every time I add a question to it, I just pop back into the article and I copy the question. And then I'll just type in, I'm using 2 monitors, so I'll just type in the responses and select the correct one. I'm sure you know how to use Google Forms for quizzes. If you don't, though, just shoot me an email and I can show you how to do that. It's pretty easy. One thing that's not easy, though, you have these questions. So read these sentences from the text. Then you have a block of text, and then you have the question and the answers. If you were to copy this and paste it into a Google form, it would all be one solid block of text with no paragraph breaks. So to circumvent this, what I've done is I've taken the question, I've edited this a little bit. Read the following section of text. When finished, respond to this question. And that's the question at the end of the excerpt. Based on this evidence, why might Keith have decided that he and Sammy should absolutely not go back? That passage I've included here as an image. Now, this can be a little complicated if you don't know how to do it, but Windows 10 includes a screen capture program. Just have to know where it is. So I'm going to show you how to use that now, but let me switch over to my work computer. Okay, as you can tell, I'm on my work computer and I do not have great screen recording software, but this will get the job done. So if you go down to the magnifying glass here at the taskbar and type in snipping tool, this should already be installed on your computer, this app. Click on it. And there's the snipping tool. Click on New once that opens. And once you click on it, this will happen to your screen. Your cursor will turn into a cross. You can't see it on here because, again, recording software. But click and hold where you want to capture and then drag out your cursor. So you have everything you need surrounded, and then let go of your mouse. And once you do that, it'll pop up as an image, which you can then save. You can go to File, Save As, or you can just click on the floppy disk right here. And wherever you want to save it, go ahead and save it. It is defaulted as a PNG file. Don't worry about that, just let it be. And you can see I've already taken several screenshots here. So I'll just save that there, close out of here, and I will meet you back on my MacBook. And here's another abrupt transition. So back to the quiz. And now I can add that image into the quiz. Any question you have in Google Forms when you're making a quiz, if you hover right here, a little picture icon will pop up. If you move away, it goes away. So you do have to hover over it. When you click on it, it'll give you an option to upload from your computer. You just click Browse, and then you go find that screenshot. Now again, I'm back on my MacBook, so that screenshot is nowhere to be found, but wherever you saved it, click on it, and it will add it into your quiz. Since this is a pre-created quiz, you'll see I've already actually added that image to the correct question. So that's what it looks like in there. Now, if this creating the quiz portion seems overwhelming to you, I completely understand. I threw a couple things at you at the last minute there. What you can do though, email me. I'm happy to create the quiz for you. It will not take me very long to do since I've already done a couple of them. Just email me, tell me what the article is. I'll find it and I will put that quiz into a Google form for you and I will send it back to you. I don't mind doing that at all. Just give me 24 hours heads up and I'll get that back to you.